Cooligans.
We out here. We back. We're in studio.
We've been traveling. We've been doing stuff.
We've been taking the FA Cup to go see our doctors.
You know?
He's
like, hey, your blood pressure. I'm like, look at it.
Okay. Who said I can't bring the FA Cup to my annual physical?
Yeah. Yo, Ma, why are you putting Fabuloso on the FA Cup trophy?
she said, it's like, we just got to clean it up. There might be guests coming over.
Tenemos que limpiar. My mom saw the trophy and she brought out the coconut Entenmann's cake that was in the freezer.
She only brings that out for the fanciest of guests.
That's been in there since 1985, yo. Just waiting for a trophy to come through.
So welcome to the show, everybody. My name is Cristian Polanco.
I am Alexis Guerrero.
And as always,
it's the Cooligans, buddy.
Welcome. I was, and look, and now that voice is even more meaningful after I got to visit.
You got to meet him.
Not Papi himself, but the son of Papi.
There you go. The son of Papi.
The son of Papi.
A great movie.
But I was in Miami, and I got to be on Le Batard's show in studio.
I thought you were going to come in here wild dark on that A-Rod tan.
Okay.
You feel me?
I tweeted out, I was like, that's a black king right there, bro.
Yeah, dog. I thought you was going to come in here.
The reverse Sammy Sosa?
Yes.
Said,
the reverse card on Uno to the Sammy Sosa.
A-Rod had to come back, and he had to do that. Like, he had to apologize for being black. Did you see the video?
He had a black explain, bro.
He had a black explain. He had to be like, everybody, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Real quick, could you tell us why you black all of a sudden?
It's so ridiculous.
He started with, I'm Dominican. I don't know if you heard.
Yeah. It's like, instead of I know black, is I see black.
Yeah,
okay? I see black.
I Dominican. I soy black.
Because, he did the whole video. Like, hey, I was just out in the sun too long.
Yeah.
But, hey, bro, you were nobody. You got family. Yeah. Nobody's out there helping
you. Were you on the sun by any chance?
Because my man flew a little too close to it.
My G done crisped up a little bit in a way we normally not used to seeing him.
My man. Yeah. So I was in Miami, got to go on Le Batard's show, meet the whole crew.
That was so dope.
I was also there for an Adidas event, the Football Society event, which was really, really dope. Celebrating the launch of the MLS jerseys. Our video was playing at the event. Okay.
My mother, you know this. She's apologized to you.
Yes.
For not coming to see me perform. Has never once mentioned it to me. But she's not very the proudest of the career that I've chosen. Okay. Early on, at least. Now,
sure.
A little different.
Let's make it a little bit more sense.
Yeah. Now she's like, okay, fine.
Yeah. It took about 20 years.
But there was a moment where she would, told my wife, like, you need to tell him to stop because if you leave him, we're not taking him back. And that's a word for word.
Right.
Direct what my mother said to my wife.
She said the same thing to me.
Yeah. 100%. She's like, we don't want him. This is your fault.
You have him during daylight.
Yeah.
Handle him,
and don't feed him after. But my mother wanted to come in. She wanted to come in to see our ad on the Adidas store.
Right.
So she said, I'll meet you there at 11:30. In true Latin mom fashion, she gets there at 10:15. I'm still in the shower.
Upset with you that you're late.
Yeah. Late, not an hour and 15 minutes earlier than what she told me. So I set up a little reservation to surprise her. I got a res at Ruby Rosa. Shouts to Julio. So dope. So my mother comes in, my aunt, my nephew. My nephew's like, yo, this is cool. Back to Snapchat. He was like, oh, that's crazy. And here I am with my friends. Now, what you like isn't important.
Yeah, your Snap score is trash.
Yeah. Your accomplishments not as important as this meme I just seen for the 58th time. So still cool. My aunt was like, oh, all right, how much are they paying you for this? And I'm like, we don't talk money. Come on. And not enough. But whatever. We're on the walls. It's so awesome. They didn't realize it's the other side. Walked around. Look at my mother. Shedding a little tear.
Wow. Man.
Never mentioned it. In true Nork fashion. We do not share emotions.
Bro, she's been saving that tear for 40 years.
Yeah, dog. Did it come from the sneeze she gave out before? Who knows? Nonetheless, we just go.
She was like, allergies is crazy. Right about
what's up with all this pollen at the Adidas store?
Okay. Straight up Cuban mom.
Nah,
dog.
Nah, bro. La agricultura hardened me, bro. I can't ever show show emotion.
Amazing. Yeah, so it's been an eventful week. Obviously, all the Adidas stuff being part of the NYCFC campaign for the New Jersey.
Walking around with the FA Cup, with the FA Cup.
Go on our Instagram because, I mean, it's literally crazy right now. The Alexis taking the FA Cup to get a bacon, egg, and cheese. I wish I was exaggerating even a little bit. But no, it is completely true. So at Soccer Cooligans,
took him to a bodega run by a 9-year-old called Achraf.
Okay, you said if you are 9 years old and you don't have an LLC,
damn,
I don't know what you're doing, dog.
Not crying.
My mother found out about Ashraf. That's his real name, Ashraf, not Achraf. And found out about Ashraf, shed a tear. She was like, "That's someone who is giving back to his family."
More tears than Alexis.
Why aren't you like Ashraf, Alexis?
This young man is an inspiration. I want to do over on the son.
Yo, just
this Ashraf, I want to raise you.
What a hardworking young man. How did I go wrong? You out here with the yucks, and he's out there doing the work. So yeah, I took it on a little tour of New York City. What they specifically wanted was like, show us where like real New Yorkers would go.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, so we starting at Tropic, as I call it. It's a bodega and a smoothie joint. And they go, well, we're thinking like Statue of Liberty. And I'm like, well, you go do that before I get there.
Okay. And you did some stand-up at the stand?
Yeah, we took it to the stand, the little stand-up. They let us shoot a little bit downstairs as well. Just so dope. Took it to Daily Paper. The Griggs brothers are just super dope, and obviously they care so much about soccer in this community.
Dude, I mean, this my favorite part is it gets these English people upset.
It riles them up.
The FA. We took your trophy.
Your 100-something-year-old trophy, and I got it a bacon, egg, and cheese.
Okay, all right.
Ketchup and hot sauce.
There's still some cheese residue on that FA Cup.
It's
you
never
mad?
coming off, dog.
Stay mad.
It's
okay?
never coming off. When City lifts it for the 6th time in 8 years.
So
Someone's gonna be like, is there cheese on this?
This wasn't even. It's not an English person, but from the Adidas, we're on the storefront. Somebody in the comments commented like, "Yo, if you think that this impressive, you must not be from here. Like you're not really like." But I was like, you commented it on our video. Like, we're proud of something.
Yeah.
Like his Cuban mom who hasn't cried in nearly 50
Bro,
years.
In fact, now that I know you said that tear just sucked back into her eye, and now she wants smoke.
What? The level of, how miserable you gotta be. We weren't even like bragging. We're like just happy. We're
Bro,
hugging.
where's his ad on the Adidas store? I want to know where his ad is.
What you done?
The internet is just amazing at finding the most miserable people.
Yeah,
I can't even believe it. I saw that and I laughed.
Why do we give sad people internet access? That's a real question.
Bro, you gotta pass the happy test before you get, before you connect the Ethernet.
Right?
Plug,
If you just a hater, bro, you gotta go to the library to use the internet, bro.
No Wi-Fi password for you.
No,
dog.
what are you like an AT&T customer now? You got no internet. You got no GPS, no nothing. You better start asking directions.
Okay, no service for you. Figure it out.
Yeah.
All right.
This your fault. Your fault. Your mom can't get to work because you a hater, bro. The whole family plan got taken out.
It's so hateful that I can't even respect it.
Oh yeah, of course. And by the way, that dude's probably not even from here, which is the best part.
Unbelievable. Anyway,
just typing that from Cincinnati, Ohio.
So let's get going and start. We got a lot of soccer to talk about today. So Miguelito, let us know where to begin.
Yeah, we're starting in MLS. MLS is back, guys.
It's back, baby.
It's all the way back. We had the first full match week of games, I guess, coming up. And I think the first thing we want to do is, give us like a winners and Alexis, what was it?
Whoa and oops.
Yeah.
No, woes and uh-ohs.
And uh-ohs. Woes and uh-ohs.
We gotta find our what we're most excited about in this MLS weekend, and who concerned us the most. Who were we saying like, hey, are you sure you should have signed that person?
Hey, maybe that's not the way you should be going. Okay.
So let's start with some positives and just some fun. Let's start with just some fun moments before we go to our woes and uh-ohs. Because the MLS match week started on Wednesday.
Yes.
Inter Miami played against RSL. Inter Miami won 2-0, but really the highlight of this match wasn't the scoreline, wasn't the goals.
It was Messi giving Europeans a highlight clip that makes them feel right about how they feel about MLS.
And we're just gonna keep this on a loop because this is crazy, dog.
This is a career-defining moment from my man on the ground just holding his crotch.
So if you're only listening, we're watching Lionel Messi chip the ball over what seems to be a corpse on the pitch.
And can I also say, so I got the luxury, the honor, the insane moment to work with one Tony Miola, finally.
Amazing. Yes,
He
Tony.
sat in Charlie's chair on Morning Footy, and he brought up something. He was like, what made this even better is watch the ball just perfectly go over him. It was like literally kicked with the right weight.
The touch. I mean, this is why Messi is the greatest because it is like the ball. Like there's a string attached to the ball, and he is just orchestrating what this ball is doing. But the fact that it's going. I forgot who the player's name was. Apologies, I don't remember. But he either fell on his hand or got his hand stepped on. So this is why he's on the ground. He's writhing in pain. His hand is killing him. Messi's like, bro, I've chipped over cones that were more active than you right now.
Yeah, dog.
And the fact that he just did this with the defender on him, with everybody paying. Look, you see that?
He clears the thigh. It's just perfect.
You see the one leg kick that is just that one right there, where it's just like, this is how the defense. People are just like, I'm gonna throw my leg in prayer.
Yeah,
that it gets.
Maybe he's coming this way.
Maybe he's going this way.
Maybe
this leg comes out of nowhere. It's not even in the frame. What's that? Whose leg is that?
This reminds me of you explaining that. Reminds me of like. Well, I played American football in high school because they're like, fat guy, get on the offensive line.
Right.
And there was I did not want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you basically crash into each other and then you're just pushing each other until they blow the whistle. And I remember one time I heard the word pass. So I looked up and started backing up and the coach comes up to me and goes, why'd you do that? And I go, I heard pass. He goes, what makes you think they're passing to you?
Are you an eligible receiver, Alexis? I don't think so.
You are not going to impact the play in any way, shape, or form. I don't care what you hear. Your job is to push that man until you get to their quarterback. When you hear pass, you back it up has done nothing for anyone. And I was like, no, you ain't lying, though. You right. You 100% right. That was that guy kicking out.
Yeah,
just like, hey, maybe I'll affect the play in some way.
This is just remarkable. I know I've never seen anything like this in my life of watching the sport. And I think maybe that's why Tony Miola...
Watch Palacios' reaction when he does it. Watch, right here.
Right.
Ow! He was like, no!
It was like, when a freestyle rapper drops a great bar, you're like, oh, shit! Yo, he killed him.
Damn, Palacios like, damn!
That's
my boy, yo.
But it's like it was so humiliating to his teammate that he's like, bro, I think we have to kick you off the team, bro. I don't even know. I want to defend you, but it was that crazy.
You need to go on gardening leave for like a little bit.
Okay.
Just get your stuff together. Maybe get a different haircut so we don't recognize you. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yo, take this hair dye, bro. Here's this funny nose with glasses. I don't want to recognize you because you won't be able to be seen on the training ground.
You gotta grow your facial hair out, bro. You gotta do something.
Okay.
Yo, what's your mother's maiden name? Because that's your last name.
He gets back home and his doors, they change the locks. Yeah. His wife is just like,
kids are like,
I don't know what to do.
Why is there a Messi poster in my bedroom all of a sudden?
This is remarkable. All the family photos are replaced with Messi.
Well, here's the only thing that's upsetting. How much time did y'all have? Here's the part that upsets me the most. Is that a nutmeg? We know how grueling that is for who's the nutmeg. Yeah. There's no name for this.
There is no name for this.
And we need to come up with a name for this. Because this is the new, that man has a family thing. Look, Palacios' reaction kills me every time.
Because,
he's like,
we don't even have to worry that man has a family anymore.
No.
The family,
they left.
They are gone.
They're in Russia.
They're like,
they moved.
They're like, we had to restart. We had to renounce our American citizenship. That's how bad it was.
Property of Lionel Messi. Yeah, it says.
Just remember, we're just looping this over and over. And we cannot stop watching. This is crazy.
They're like Quincy Promes. The family moved to where they can't be extradited. They're just like chilling in Dubai
like
with an Instagram model.
People are like, were they Russian spies the entire time?
Damn.
I don't know. I think so.
What was that family up to before this happened?
It's like literally the plot of The Americans.
Some Ozark ass stuff going on over here, bro.
Anyway, so just insane. So that's how the MLS season started. Quite entertaining. And so let's go to our MLS woes and uh-ohs.
Let's give our woes first. What's your first woe?
Woe?
And the woe is obviously the positive one. What caught you by surprise?
I have to say the Portland Timbers, because the Portland Timbers, they have a new player, Anthony Alves, Brazilian. Mm-hmm. The Anthony the better Anthony.
Yeah.
they got
United's like, maybe we sue and we get that one instead.
A little Anthony trade. No, Anthony Alves, I think he scored 2 goals, and just remarkable. I thought he was just great. The goals that he scored were great. I mean, he scored 2 like bangers, and then so it's always nice to see new players come into the league and thrive. I would love if NYCFC had a couple of those.
That would be wonderful.
Those new players thriving, but I think it's a big time for the Timbers. Obviously a lot of controversy, a lot of uncertainty with their new coach in Phil Neville. People, not really thinking, that he's the proper coach for that team. And there's all, we've been to Portland quite a few times to watch matches, and it is one of those clubs that you walk into it and you have to feel like, man, this is a bit of a gift to have a club with this much support. That
especially with everything that happened.
That you go in there and those fans just absolutely support their players, and they have to have a product that kind of reflects that level of support on the pitch. Mm-hmm. And it feels like maybe this is the beginning of that. I know. I'll mention, they were playing the Colorado Rapids, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But I thought the Portland Timbers were so impressive, and not just the entire team. I think that the speed of play was remarkable. They just look really, really sharp. They just look like a team. MLS, we always say the first few games it's kind of like preseason. Timbers looked sharp. It looked like they have already been playing together as a team for quite a few weeks. So very, very impressed. So they get a whoa from me.
Nice. Mine is, a mere 4 days ago,
Mm-hmm.
I said this team would win the wooden spoon.
Yes.
And now they're my woe. So I will preface all this. We'll probably do this every week, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
But so for right now, it's simply reacting to the first week in MLS, which we now know, after many years of supporting this league, that the first 10 match weeks do not matter. That is basically a preseason, especially considering 72% of the league gets in the playoffs, something like that, some crazy number like that. So I will say Minnesota United, with an interim head coach, a coach who's 30 years old or something like that, that's not coming for another couple of weeks.
Oh, right, yeah, that's what I was saying. I know they got the coach that came from Manchester United. What's his name?
I forget his name, but he's coming in a couple of weeks. So he's not there yet. But they kind of balled out a little bit.
It looked
if you
pretty
scroll
good.
down, I mean, yes, it was against
Eric Ramsey.
Yeah, Eric Ramsey. If you scroll down, you'll see their XG, bro. They were balling, dog. 3 over here.
3.04, not bad against Austin.
I think MLS runs their stats a little differently, so it was a little bit lower on their end.
Okay.
But, dude, 22 total shots.
That's remarkable.
10 shots on target.
I feel bad.
I don't think they had 10 shots on target all season.
I feel bad for Brad Stuver having to deal with all that.
Brad Stuver was like, damn,
he made it.
bro.
There was I forgot there was one save he made that was
he had a big one.
remarkable. But a 2-1 win over Austin. It's two teams that need to I guess readjust and figure out they need some consistency. Minnesota's another team.
And this was without Reynoso, who's with the team, but he's injured. But yeah, Reynoso's probably their most creative number 10, so they might only get better.
Sure.
And I might look like an absolute idiot by picking them up with a spoon.
This is it's not my woe just yet, but I just wanted to make sure we highlighted this
So
because
this would be your whoa, and what's the other one?
uh-oh.
So this is not your
this is not my uh-oh, but this is just we just got to put it out
This
there.
is my oh.
This is my Ilie with the cornrows and bringing out the cornrows for LAFC against Seattle. And so Ilie, a very Spaniard man.
Very much so.
Coming out with the headband and the cornrows, they're tight, bro. They're tight.
There's a lot of space in between. But also his scalp is dumb pale, bro. You couldn't go hang out with Alex Rodriguez a little bit and just get that scalp.
Tan the scalp.
Yeah, just get that scalp cooking a little bit before you bring this out. And you know what? You got to have some balls. You got to show us the hairline if you're going to do this.
Okay, yeah, because it could be, you
brought the headband up
pulling
there.
it back quite a bit.
You know what I
it's
mean?
like the hairline might be a bit of a concern. If you are worried about the hairline, though, you wouldn't be doing cornrows.
You should not do cornrows.
No,
Traction alopecia.
Remember we had Simon Doonan.
Yes. I'll never forget those words.
Fashion and what is it?
Fashion, a stylist, commentator.
But does the storefronts?
Yeah, he's the Windows designer.
The window for what was the store? Not Nordstrom.
No, is it Cartier?
No.
Bergdorf?
Bergdorf
Might be
Goodman?
Bergdorf.
Maybe Bergdorf. Apologies.
It's on Fifth Ave.
Something that, but he
But I
mentioned
remember
this to
when
us.
he mentioned that he did the windows, I was like, bro, if you think that's impressive, you're not from here.
Yeah. Oh, bro, now we know who left the comment.
Damn.
So the cornrows on Ilie were definitely Look, I'm not a person that's like white people shouldn't do cornrows. I'm not that. I mean that part of the internet exists.
Oh yeah. There's enough people filling that quota
Hold
for
on,
you.
if I came into the studio one day with cornrows, you would be like, yo, what is
No,
going
but
on?
like,
I
yo,
might make fun of it, but not because you're white. That's all I'm saying. It's not
Yeah.
a solely, blank people can't have a hairstyle.
Right.
It's like I understand the nature of like using it for profit or stuff like that. Like this is why
or like to
Kim Kardashian
further appropriate a culture or whatever.
Exactly. So that is, I don't think that's Ilias not doing that.
No.
Ilias was just like he lost a bet. That's all. It was a dare.
Yeah.
Fantasy football punishment. He had to go out in the first game.
Exactly.
Ilya went to hang out with his Puerto Rican cousins. Remember, he's from Spain. And he was like, I guess this is what we doing?
Yeah.
I want to see a new version of the Continental Tires commercial, but of him getting the cornrows instead of taking a penalty.
Yeah, so Ilya did make the right choice for his barber and hairstylist. And this was
We're really going to do this, huh?
This is just a shout out to James Clay at Lone Star Striker on Twitter that hit us up with this picture from an LAFC video, and he said for a minute there I thought dude was the soccer Cooligans. Not Alexis. And
I got to admit, so did I.
well, I saw this too, and I'm like, hey, bro. I mean, this line in the hair is a little sharper than yours. But I see it. You have a long doppelganger list, just like I do.
Yeah, but mine are all just any fat guy with a beard. It's literally anyone.
Because I have A-Rod, I have Derek Jeter, I have
Nani,
Nani,
big one.
Bruno Mars,
Yes.
and you have this guy, the guy who
These
cooks,
guys.
the guy who cooks at LAFC.
I have
the
big
chef.
dude talking into a mic. Also, I would never hold a mic that way. But this guy also went out and got tattoos, so I feel like he's doing his thing. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
But you got to hold the mic with a bit more prominence.
Okay, well,
I don't know if I'm using that word correctly.
We'll get a message to this man.
Yeah.
So shout out to the cornrows on Ely and this dude. So my has to be the opponent against the Portland Timbers. Which is the Colorado Rapids and Zach Steffen. Zach Steffen, big signing, obviously. They spent a lot of money to bring him from Manchester City.
You got to shake it off a little bit.
My man went into Providence Park and was like, bro, I'd rather be at the Etihad.
Yeah. Yo, riding a bench and getting paid money was kind of cool. I don't know why I messed that up.
It kind of speaks to, it's not always the goalkeeper that is going to be the difference and stop.
And I think you and I both agree. Like, that's a dumb way to spend a lot of money a goalkeeper when there's so many goalkeepers already in the country.
Yeah, goalkeepers are not really the best investment, but
like a DP goalkeeper is stupid in my eyes.
I mean, and Colorado did it before with Tim Howard, Tim Howard did save them in games, and I believe.
How's that work out for them? What trophy did they lift?
No, they didn't lift the trophy, but the season they had with Tim Howard, didn't they win the West? Or they were first in the West, like one of the years with Tim Howard. So it's not impossible that how they say a goalkeeper. We're gonna talk about the League Cup final a little bit, but a big save is almost as good as a goal, and Liverpool did that. A few times in that game against Chelsea, but that is so it can work out, and I'm sure like for some teams you need a little bit more time, a little bit more chemistry. They have a new coach in Chris Armas, and they have a lot to figure out. But Colorado, the expectations are not that high. But when you give up 4 goals in your first game, expectations are even lower than you kind of expected.
And I think this is just Chris Armas has a lot to prove. I think Zach Steffen has a lot to prove. I think Sammy Vines has a lot to prove. I think Georgi Mihailovic has a lot to prove. So I feel like they all have a little bit of a chip on their shoulder. And for this season, it's going to take some time. Don't overreact if you're a Colorado fan. But you're probably not walking around feeling great. Sammy Vines got a 4.4 score.
Yeah, and an own goal.
And Jack Steffen has a 4.8.
Not great.
That's not great.
Was he the worst?
That
he
means
wasn't
like
the worst.
for 2 of the shots, you were facing the wrong way. I think that's the only way you get a 4.8.
Nah, man. Just look, Zach Steffen's a homie. He's been on the show. It's just not. It's a tough team. It's a new project, and they have a lot to figure out. But not a great showing. I'm a little concerned. For the Rapids.
I've always talking about big fan of the Canadian Premier League. There was a kid on Forge who was incredible. His name's Woobens Pacius.
Okay.
Woobns. Woobens. Pacius.
What a great. You gotta play
that's
soccer.
a sick name.
You gotta be.
Yo, Pacius. And if you slow dog, God did not love you. You know what I
Either a
mean?
Jedi or a soccer player.
Is it Pacius or like Pacias?
No, Pacius. They were staying up in Canada.
Yeah.
But he's on Nashville this year.
Okay.
So what a cool story. A young up and comer scored bangers in the Canadian Premier League.
You are a Canadian Premier League ambassador.
At this
point.
At this
you get a lot of love. You've been out there.
Can I get the dual citizenship?
Okay.
Your boy needs health care. I'll go up there for it.
Just a little 8-hour drive. No big deal.
Yeah. Or an hour flight to Montreal.
Let's go.
I'll go to the doctor first, and then I'll eat my way through Montreal.
Yeah,
So
what was
what's-
your uh-oh?
My very simple, is these replacement refs, bro.
Ooh, the scab refs.
Oh my God, bro. Some of y'all need to get back to composing music. Because
Yeah, we have to address the.
you're doing too much on the pitch, and somehow you're doing nothing at all.
So obviously we're talking about Inter Miami against LA Galaxy. Inter Miami, the Sunday night game.
Overall, though, there was a lack of taking authority in matches, and
Throughout the I think it's the first week, and a lot of these guys they were coaching U8 matches just a couple days ago, and it's a lot to not have Luis Suarez right in your face.
Yeah, these refs are just watching Alesso DJ the halftime going, this is cool, but I miss the orange slices.
Bro, how about not trigger warning, a flash warning? Did you see? Yo, that was like a little bit much.
Yeah, I remember they kept showing the signage saying Alesso. I'm like, is that a DJ? Why aren't you showing the DJ?
Right,
and then
right.
he wasn't lit at all. It's like, why is the whole stadium giving people epileptic seizures, but you don't like the DJ?
That was just a odd choice to display it on TV in that way, where it was like, I'm not a flash. I'm not necessarily affected like that sensory.
Same, I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah, but it was so intense that I'm like, okay, this could be a problem for somebody that has these issues. But the game against this was a entertaining match. I'm not gonna take away. I think even the
I think LA Galaxy looked better than I expected.
without a doubt.
I was gonna say the same thing.
I was like, LA Galaxy defending
Yeah.
well against a really good team.
They're passing to each other and not space. This is impressive.
So Greg Vanny has look like he got a proper team this time around. But the replacement refs and I was watching every single game being like, All right, I sense something's gonna happen.
I think this is where the uh-ohs came from because I'm watching. I'm like,
For the most part, I'm gonna give it's not even about give credit where credit is due. I don't think.
I think overall it was an okay job.
It was an okay job, but I'm just we're supporting the refs and the refs union and MLS and Pro and the PSRA should be sorting. Hopefully they sort this out sooner than later. But there weren't as many mistakes as I expected.
Yeah,
that's it. But there was a little bit of, in general, the sort of either lack of authority or a lack of just putting that imprint of this is how I'm reffing this game.
Right.
Yeah, I think there was a little bit from throughout the league. The players were like, all right, we're gonna eat these replacement refs up because they don't know.
Shook before we even get on the pitch, bro.
So there was either the ref that was too lenient or the ref that was like, if you look at me, I'm giving you 2 yellows.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
These refs look like Chelsea players when they see a 16-year-old walking around in a red shirt.
What are you doing, man? Come on. We're gonna get to that later.
We'll get to
that.
I just figured, let me throw one in here real quick.
So,
but I will say, I think the problem
this was the biggest call.
Here's what I'll say. In particular, this league has a global TV contract, if you will, right?
Yeah.
Streaming contract. So guess which match I think you think most of the world that is watching MLS will be watching?
Inter Miami.
The one with Messi.
The one with Messi,
right?
yeah.
And then is that when you have a ref who is giving ghosts yellow cards?
My man, Sergio Busquets is now pure CONCACAF. He has let go of UEFA. He's like, I'm gonna settle in.
Yeah. You know what I like to do? Assimilate a little bit.
Okay, I need to learn the ways of your culture.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what he's doing here. And Marky Delgado already had a yellow in this game. He goes in for what is kind of a little bit of a wild challenge, but nowhere near. There's no in my opinion, no.
He didn't even make contact with the ball. This man missed everything.
Busquets made the contact with Marky Delgado, and I mean it was maybe a pinky toe, and Busquets was kind of writhing on the floor like he got stamped, like he got studs right into his feet, and so look, it wasn't a yellow card worthy challenge. That's obvious. I think most people agree with that. Marky Delgado retweeted it just with the eyeballs emoji. He's like, I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Man. Y'all see what I'm seeing? He hit you with that.
And it wasn't a yellow card worthy challenge.
Can you go back to full screen on this? Because I think here's something that none of us have talked about.
What?
I think it's super important. Ricky Puig, you see him in the background.
Yeah.
Hey, shirt tucked in with the big shorts.
Dude, his jersey was like 3 sizes too big. The entire uniform.
I think
Are we gonna allow tucked in with big shorts?
But what do you mean big shorts?
His shorts are bigger than the average player. Look at all the other players.
I think he's just a smaller man.
I think he's wearing a size up on both.
He was wearing a size up on everything. I had that exact same thought.
That's an interesting theory. I don't know.
But have you seen what tucking into big shorts? He looks like he's wearing and-one shorts, and he's got his shirt tucked into it.
How to drop a sick dribbling.
My man, the professor out there.
Yo, Duchesne. What was his name?
Half man, half Puig.
I'm sorry, Ricky. Hot sauce Puig. Patatas bravas over here. What would be his
catalog scrolling through before the
Yo, 100%.
Okay, I'll get that Ricky Puig mixtape. I don't care.
I performed in Philly once, and a massive human being came up to me and goes, I thought I'd be the biggest celebrity in the room. Ha, ha, ha. He was funny. And I was like, oh, my bad. I'm sorry. I don't know you, dog. What do you do? He's like, what? I'm prime time, whatever. He was like one of the late coming and one mixtape guys. Wow. But he was from Philly, and I was like, oh, dude, that's great. And I looked at the other guy like, huh? And he's like, and one. I was like, okay.
Okay.
Oh, my bad, sir. So Ricky Puig?
This was obviously the defining moment in the game. It was late in the game. Marky Delgado, LA Galaxy are up 1-0. Marky Delgado gets that second yellow. And also another hilarious thing. The ref did not remember that Marky already had a yellow card. So Marky was still on the pitch for another 45 seconds.
He started to back out, and he was like, maybe.
He's like, yo, I'm going to get away with this.
Yeah.
It's like when with a baby that has no object permanence, you just cover your eyes. Like, maybe he doesn't think I'm here. I'm gone.
Hold on. Can you tell he's a dad? A baby with no object permanence? Yeah, our fan base totally knows what that is.
He's playing peekaboo with the ref. Yeah, and the ref was like, oh, I don't see Marky. So,
who was the baseball guy who just put on the fake glasses after
Bobby Valentine.
Bobby Valentine. He got booted from the game, and he just hung out in the, on the dugout with the fake glasses.
Fake
Like,
mustache.
you'll never.
Former Mets.
It was while he was the
manager.
Mets
It was when he was a
Yeah,
Mets guy. Yeah, he was like, "You'll never see me over here."
Look, I thought there were a lot of moments that were a little controversial.
On the way out, Messi went to the ref, and instead of shaking their hand, he was kind of wagging his finger like, "That's not good. You're not good." He's like, "You're just not good at this, dude."
My man gave him 2 stars.
Yeah,
He's like, you could do a little bit better.
This should be the last Uber Eats delivery you make because you're wearing my spaghetti. It was like that.
I mean, there were a couple of moments. I thought Sergio Busquets could have also gotten a second yellow. There were a couple challenges that I thought I wouldn't have been shocked if he received another card. But
Hey, yo, Miami might, and they'll probably make the playoffs, but they might not be good, dude.
yeah, I think that's well. Look, the game against RSL, they look pretty good. They do a cross country flight to go play in LA on short rest.
But you're already there. Salt Lake City to LA is like 2 hours.
No. That game was at home.
Yeah, they were.
That was in Miami.
Game
I
one.
thought that was in Salt Lake.
No, it was at home in Miami, in Fort Lauderdale, whatever. And then they, so it's, look, I understand. These guys are old. You know what? I'm going to add an I'm a little concerned about Luis Suarez.
Dude, he looked terrible.
He doesn't look good.
Also, when he walks, he looks like he is in pain.
Yeah.
He does that thing where like his leg kind of goes free below the knee.
Okay.
As he's stepping
Oh,
forward,
yeah,
like
yeah.
he can't, like it hurts him to hold it. Like
Ooh.
to like walk, you know what I mean?
So this guy, look, he left in like this around the 68th, 70th minute. But look, I mentioned this before, and some people were a little critical of what I was saying. I was like, I think the Brazilian league is a little bit weaker than
Defensively, there's no question.
Then
They give you a
MLS.
lot of space. You
Yeah,
get the
yeah.
ball, they're like, let me see what you can do with Papa.
have fun out there. Flex.
Yo.
We got all these
I'm in front of you. Show me. I got the best view. I'm the defender.
We got all these N1 cameramen. Have fun out there.
Yeah, dog.
Okay. And so look, he scored a bunch. He got the golden boot in Brazil, I think.
Yeah.
He ain't getting close to that
Nah.
in this league. And so that I don't know where you want to sort of put that in or
Maybe
rank.
it's gonna take some time for his
'Cause
body to acclimate to. Although Brazil got big travel too.
But there is the one thing you notice is the communication up front on the pitch. Luis Suarez showed a little bit of frustration at like Yedlin not making certain passes, Gressel not making certain passes.
There was a moment where I forgot who it was. It might have been just before Jovic scores the goal. There was like a counterattack before that, and Jordi Alba was pretty far forward. So as soon as he sees that the counterattack is about to happen, he sees that they're about to lose possession.
Yeah.
High IQ moment, he starts jetting back. Already, it's happening too quick. He's not going to get there. And there's a moment where he's just like frantically yelling at the defender, like, why are you running backwards? Get to the ball. And it stops the ball from from being passed. But he's like, the camera turns to him and he's just like, I thought we learned that early, man.
I thought Jordi Alba was going to fight Tata Martino, too, on the sidelines.
Oh,
He
yeah?
was going at him the entire game.
Look,
That's Messi's boy, bro.
I think the decision to do the road trip of that preseason. What I think, look, I think we're
promotional tour?
The promotion. I think it was
the Rolling Stones concert tour they did.
okay. The band is back
Yeah,
together. I think it hurt more than helped because I think we're seeing, especially up front, there's not really that chemistry that you would expect. I mean,
But here's the thing. We have to give him credit because the stars took over at the end.
I mean, Messi and Alba that led to the goal. It was a little bit of like, yo, I ain't passing the ball if you haven't worn a Barca shirt.
Yeah, they went up to each other, they put their arms around each other, like, yo, we need to do this ourselves, bro.
When nobody's helping us.
We gotta save Christmas.
That was, I mean, it was a beautiful run of play and look, a big point for Inter Miami, who Drake Callender had an incredible game. Also, John McCarthy had both goalkeepers
Yes.
were great, but this was the refs got involved. And and then just Miami figuring out what they need to do. So there's a lot to be excited about for this MLS season. It was an interesting start, to say the least.
So we've mentioned it a few times. The League Cup final happened over the weekend. Of course, Chelsea lost again.
Yeah.
Liverpool. To the kids,
Hold on.
as everyone.
Chelsea lost.
To the kids, as everyone has been pointing out, 1-0 after extra time. I don't really know what to say. I'm very disappointed with Chelsea, obviously. Very disappointed with Mauricio Pochettino, especially considering the players that were out there for Liverpool at the end of the game. You know, what do you guys think about the match?
So, yeah, I mean, another trophy for Liverpool, which, as an Everton fan, I'm tired of it, and I hope it stops.
I mean, at this point, you're not catching up. It's like being in a horse race with the Clydesdale is what you're doing. I will say, though, that watching Liverpool win this is like, man, how many injuries can they withstand?
It really is remarkable. I mean, and also, you're watching as the camera cuts to the bench, and it's just like, there's just $500 million worth of players on the bench. And it's like, they're not playing it in this final?
Yeah, dog, this is a lot. You know what I mean? This is like a small mutual fund's worth of income.
You got BlackRock sitting on the bench.
Dog.
And look, it was a game where, I mean, and Miguelito could probably speak to this as well. Chelsea should have won this game.
100%.
They
had the
Just
stamina.
scroll down and show the stats. It's crazy.
They had the shots. They had the stamina towards the end.
5 big chances missed for Chelsea.
Look, look. Liverpool had more shots. How many on target? No, you know what's it was the second half of the game and the extra time. Liverpool. That's when
They took over. And
but
look,
in regular time, without a doubt, Chelsea should have won this game.
And it was a stroke of genius to bring, players in with fresh legs. Although you could say Chelsea have a bunch of young players on their squad as well.
Chelsea's average age for the squad was younger than Liverpool's was. It was just about experience. Chelsea's players are way more Premier
it was
League
what,
experienced.
3 teenagers, I think, for Liverpool that
3
played.
academy players.
And they all look confident. And it says a lot to, when I see young players play with poise and confidence, I'm like, this is coaching. This is like
you're an academy that knows, like, we're building players.
Yeah,
for the
you're in
first
an
team.
environment where we know what your expectations are, and you're not going to be put in a situation where you're not set up to succeed.
Right.
And there was just, and it's also a final, right? Like, the fact that you have the maturity to kind of even make the right decisions, play the right passes. This is, look, I put this on Chelsea's forwards and midfielders. The Conor Gallagher, how many 1v1s and chances, like really, really great chances. And then when Mudryk came in the game, I'm like, all right, they bring in the pacey Canadian or whatever. Paceys or whatever. But they bring in Mudryk, and I'm like, all right, this guy's he's gonna be cooking some folks. And they didn't really do much of anything. They barely touched the ball. Didn't make, you expect in those. You send the ball out wide. The pacey winger.
Yeah, you should be cooking.
You should be cooking a little bit. They're tired. And it was a complete opposite.
It really, Arsenal dodged a major bullet there. But also, their midfield, man, Enzo and Caicedo. Have you ever seen like those stories where like the kid tells their parents, like, maybe I should get divorced? Like, this isn't working.
The kid is the only voice of reason in the house.
Right. Stop doing this for me, because you're not really doing anything for me.
You're making me look bad.
Yeah, I feel like one of the two should be spoken to and say that maybe this partnership just doesn't work out the way we think it should. Because, man, Caicedo, as great as he is, like, what's happening out there, bro?
Yeah, it's a.
He's reckless. He makes a lot of reckless challenges. I mean, to me,
it does. All right, is it reckless, or is it that thing of like trying too hard because you feel you're losing the grip on the match? You know what I mean? And then you're throwing yourself into tackles in a way that's not inducive to winning the game.
For what it's worth, they're literally like our only 2 healthy holding midfielders right now. Like, they play almost every match together for almost the entire 90 minutes, and still it doesn't look like they have that chemistry yet.
I mean, look, he didn't have a terrible game.
He didn't have a great game.
He didn't have a great game.
He got lucky not to get sent off. To be
100%.
Yeah.
He should have gotten a red
Throughout this,
sent off.
Yeah, throughout the season. It's hard to look. It's hard to put any. It's hard to figure out who is the problem at Chelsea. It doesn't feel like there's one or even two.
Pochettino.
The quotes after the match made me think that Pochettino is just way out of his depth. Saying that you're playing for penalty kicks when going into the end of the second, like the real second half, heading into extra time, you have all the momentum. You have all these star players coming out. Like you say, Mudryk comes on. He's totally fresh. And he's still saying we're trying to play for penalties because some of the players retired. It's just like that mentality needs to change.
Yeah, I mean he's had a couple of post game conferences that are kind of like that.
He hasn't pulled a Conte.
Yeah, he's the opposite of Conte. Yeah. He doesn't go like scorched earth.
Right.
I'd like to see that though. I genuinely think that's what these Chelsea players need. They've been coddled by Graham Potter and Pochettino for 2 years now.
Yeah.
And look what they're just not ready to win.
How about the goal that was called back? the Van Dijk goal.
Oh
the
my
initial
God.
one. What did you think about it?
I'm still like I would love to. Is there a highlight we could see? Because I'd still love to.
I can't
never
show
got
it, but
Oh yeah? Well, show it to me because I still haven't gotten to see the highlight.
Essentially, Endo is blocking.
Who's also injured now, by the way.
Oh, he got hurt. I didn't
Yeah,
realize.
apparently he has an air cast where he limped in the
okay.
post match.
He was
Another
He
injury.
was in an offside position, and Colwill couldn't reach Van Dijk to defend the ball. I guess the theory is if Endo was not there, Colwill would have possibly been able to put a challenge in.
So that's what it was. It was that he was interfering with the play because I didn't get a chance to see.
Yes,
the highlight.
yeah. That's all it was. I mean, also the goal that Van Dijk eventually scored,
Amazing.
looked exactly like the goal that was called back. It was like
No, this goal was on a corner that
Yeah.
Van Dijk actually scored. The other one was just a regular free kick.
Oh, I didn't realize. Okay, I thought it, but it just where he was on the ball, when he hit it, it looked very, very similar.
When they called it offside, no, I'll
Yeah,
get
because
back.
literally
Yeah.
when I was watching the game and the goal went in extra time, I was like, why are they showing a replay of the old one? This one didn't count. Why are we doing this now? And I'm like,
Damn.
oh, okay, no.
Is there a glitch? Is there a glitch with my TV?
So that's basically all it was. Endo was in the way, coming from an offside position. You know how
Like you'll just wait it out.
yeah, well,
Yeah.
you know how Arsenal does this a lot,
Yeah.
though, where three players will be in an offside position to basically cause a little confusion.
You just want one guy to be like, I think I got to cover him. And now everyone's onside.
So
Yeah.
it led to a lot of controversy that people were saying like this shouldn't be called offside, or that it's almost too meticulous because this is like kind of part of the game. Like this sort of happens, but
This started the argument of like, do we want? I saw this on Twitter. It's like, do we want VAR to benefit just our team? Then that's why we're upset because it took a goal away from our team. Or do we want it to get the calls absolutely right? And I honestly think we're all probably in the gray matter. I don't think anyone says like it has to be perfectly exact because then you start calling into question those goals where, a foul was committed, way, way early in the run up to this goal, like a minute and a half away. 2 minutes away from the goal eventually being scored, and then they watch the whole thing back to say, oh, that's not a goal. Where in the pace of the game, had the referee gotten it perfect, he probably wouldn't, or he or she would not have called that.
Yeah.
So it's like, there really is no gray I mean, there's no definitive yes or no. I think it's how close are you to one or the other in that gray matter. On the spectrum, if
to
you
me,
will.
this felt like an unnecessary call. Like Endo was, yes, he was in an offside position, slightly like in the way he didn't mush Colwill out of the way.
He also didn't like try to like
he
he's
was
not
just
like
there
and straddling
and
trying to
couldn't
block him.
and Colwill I guess couldn't reach. There's nothing to say like Colwill definitely would have gotten to the ball. There's nothing definitive, so it feels weird to VAR to get involved and take that goal back. That doesn't feel like a time to take the goal back, in my opinion. But I get it. It ended up not mattering anyway.
Yeah, they ran that play back.
They're like, yo, they can't stop this.
Yeah, we'll get him on the next one, bro.
And Van Dijk was confident, bro.
Get out the way.
After the game, he was holding the trophy and was like, they thought I was finished. And
Who said that though? I haven't seen anyone saying Virgil Van Dijk.
I know. No, I think
people were bigging up Saliba. I'm one of them.
Big-
when he was sort of coming back from injury.
Basically saying that he's no longer the best center back in the Premier League.
Maybe. That was
How
one of
about
those moments where I was like, are the people who said you were finished in the room with us?
Yeah.
So-
Do you see them now, dude?
I mean, look,
Keller.
he had the mistake against Arsenal. Remember?
Yeah, of
so
course.
it's like he's,
Kelleher is so
Bro,
annoying as a Chelsea fan.
Klopp
bro.
said we have the world's, we have the number one in the world, number one, and we have the number one in the world, number two.
Yeah,
I'm like, bro, you really do. How the hell is this possible?
All Klopp is saying is the price of the Kelleher went up.
Yeah,
dog.
yeah,
That's all.
dog.
He's doing business.
Yo,
right?
the price of the Kelleher yesterday is not the price of the Kelleher today.
He not only did he make some amazing saves, but he was also just like. Also, you need luck sometimes. The ball just had a magnet to him. It was always bouncing towards him. And this is where I'm saying like Chelsea couldn't put one of these away because they just couldn't get just anything past him, and luck was on his side that evening. So
I will say though that for what it seems, if you're just watching this from a bird's eye view, the thing that stands out is leadership. Chelsea has nothing.
Yeah.
That I can see that is the type of leadership that would carry you through a final. And Liverpool has it on the touchline, has it in the match, has it in the bench. It's just everywhere.
Damn,
Leaders.
The damn ball kids have crazy confidence as well.
Why? Because they got to go in the game and play?
The club was like, Salah's hurt. His hamstring ain't ready. Go do it, kid.
Kid, get in here.
Christian, your boys, they're back up. They're out of the relegation zone after.
Is it official?
Yeah. It's even. I looked at the FotMob app this morning, and they do have 25 points now on the table.
Let's go, Everton.
Dogecoin back up, huh?
Shout out to the lawyers and the legal
The
team.
appeals, bro.
The appeals process.
Appeals
Power
FC, bro.
You just gotta love the justice system.
Yeah,
bro. Because Everton, they were initially docked 10 points. We all remember that from profit and sustainability rules. And now after an appeal, they got 4 points back. Okay, that's more points that we've gotten in 2024.
That's actually it's exactly your last 5 matches.
Okay. So you love to see it. Everton have not won a game in 2024.
Yeah.
But they won some legal battles, okay?
That's it, bro.
So,
we ain't winning on the pitch, we're winning the court. You feel me?
So, yes, Everton are now in 15th place with a -6 goal differential.
Kind of a bit safe now from the drop zone.
It feels look. It just feels good to be a winner, bro. I don't know what to tell you. It's just some of these other clubs. They just wish they had the swag of the Everton legal team, but they just don't.
But you know who this hurts? 2 Americans, and Matt Turner and Gio Reyna.
That's right. I mean,
Is Gio Reyna even on Nottingham Forest?
Gio Reyna came to visit Nottingham. He is on the tourism board.
He takes a double-decker bus to training.
He came out here. They were like, "Yo, we're gonna put you in all the advertisements about Nottingham. It's gonna be great.
You get a free kit." So how cool is that?
You get to sit on the bench. You got great seats.
Gio, there's perks.
Yeah. Your boy Matt, for 90 minutes you can't talk to, but the rest of the time that's your boy.
They're both on the bench.
Actually, that's a good point.
It makes no sense.
By the way, the other keeper also is bad.
Matt Sells,
yeah.
bro. Yeah, it's not
more like Matt getting sales. You know what I mean?
So I don't know. The rumor I heard that the owner of Nottingham was the one that was upset about the goalkeeping and was like, bring another keeper in. Like it's like one of those things where I think Nuno,
the guy who also looks like me.
yeah.
The great guy.
But it feels like it's not a thing that Nuno Espirito Santo really wants. But it's like, well, boss man said he wants a goalkeeper. I'm gonna give him a goalkeeper, and it's just like he has to show him that the goalkeeping is not necessarily the issue. It's the defenders that are in front because they lost. They just lost again to who they lose to.
They had a rough one, and now they played Liverpool, who just
lost
won
to Villa 4-2.
To Villa 4-2.
Yeah, look, you get pumped with 4. Okay, that's not great. Not great. That's not a strong pitch.
That sounds like our first night in jail.
Okay. Not a good one. Yeah, not a good one. So you definitely don't want to go back after that.
Have you seen the Bournemouth rebrand?
Yes, the Cherries logo looks. What do you like? You like
No?
it? You don't like you don't like the original.
Oh, the shampoo commercial?
Yeah.
The woman showering with a forehead.
Yeah, I don't know why you love that one.
I kind of do.
I don't know about that.
It's classic.
It's 2 cherries with a soccer ball in the middle. It's kind of bad.
I mean, I'll bring it up in a second just so we can look at it. But I don't love it by any means. But it feels. The new logo feels older than the old logo. I don't know if that makes any sense.
They kept the lines in the cherries from what I always say is the hair of the woman.
Yeah,
who
I hate how
shampooed.
it says the cherries on the bottom. I'm not.
That's
gonna
gonna
lie. That's the
upset-
worst part.
Yeah,
That's
it's a
gonna
little
accept
too like on the nose.
Yeah. Remember when Hull City tried to change their name to the Hull City Tigers?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No,
I don't remember.
The owner wants to. He's like, I want to Americanize it, and the English were like, that's the worst thing you could have said.
But I like it. I don't hate it.
It's pretty bad.
I disagree. Anyway, did you see the Clippers logo?
Even worse, another soccer logo.
Soccer logo.
Also, who's the owner of the Clippers? Is it still the racist guy?
No.
Okay.
Not Sterling? No,
Yeah,
he's gone.
he moved on.
It's the Microsoft
Ballmer.
guy.
It's Steve Ballmer.
Steve Ballmer. He's
Okay,
the owner of Microsoft.
it's the Microsoft guy?
Yeah.
Then why wasn't it Clippy, the Clipper from Word Doc? Oh my
Really?
God! He was right there the whole time.
You would have preferred Clippy?
Oh my God, you Microsoft! It's yours.
This is a also who created this logo? Who created it?
Is it Matt Wolf?
Yeah.
Oh.
So, you take it back?
No. Sorry, Matt Wolf. But here's what I'll say. I guess that is a sailboat. Never mind.
it's
I was
a
going to say a
boat.
Clipper's a
boat.
sailboat.
It's
It
a
looks
boat.
like a yacht, though. But
It
now
does
that
look
I'm
like a
looking
cruise
at
ship.
it does look like a cruise ship. But now that I'm looking at it, it is a sailboat.
Yeah. All right.
Oh.
I mean, look.
The bottom is a basketball.
Get
You
an
see that as well?
influence.
The bottom of the boat is a basketball.
Yeah, dude.
Bro,
Soccer's-
Clippy. Pull up Clippy for the people who don't know.
Okay.
Who doesn't know Clippy? He's
This
a
is the
legend,
original
bro.
AI, okay? You was typing something, and this joint would pop up and go, hey, it looks like you're writing a resume. It looks like you're lying on your resume. You know?
Clippy's a legend.
Bro, it literally would bounce out from the side of the screen and would help you. It would like find you the template for what it is that you're trying to type.
Okay, I mean,
Bro, that's what you should have done. You own Microsoft. It was right there. You had it in your back pocket the whole time.
at least Clippy the mascot. I mean, you gotta
Nah,
get him.
that should be the logo, dog.
I mean, Alexis doesn't want the Clippers to succeed, I guess.
Yo,
Okay.
damn, my bad,
Clippy,
man.
they haven't brought Clippy back for a reason. I don't know what to tell you. He was
Think about how well the McRib does when they produce it.
he was around during our time, but you know, the
Them early days,
Gen
bro.
Z needs somebody else. Okay.
Yeah, Gen Z is thrifting. They're bringing back everything that's old.
Okay.
Bro, bring back Clippy, bro.
I just want to also mention, we're obviously, I'm excited about Everton, and hopefully, look, it just gives them more reason to stay up, even though they have another charge brought to them again. So the
Damn.
Premier League is just like, why are you out for us,
They
bro?
need to get Young Thug's lawyer, that lady.
Oh, yeah,
Who's just
that-
rapping all the
who's
time.
who's in prison with that?
She's, I'm gonna beat the case from inside the case, bro.
She should be having Ilya's cornrows.
She probably does right now.
But speaking of somebody who has people out for them, Kaka has ops, bro. Because we got to talk
in
about
the streaming community.
we got to talk about
Shouts to Vooch, who was the
goalkeeper
yeah.
and Didier Drogba. You saw how he
Cooked
them, bro. So this
Bro.
was the what was the charity match? This was in
I have
Qatar.
no idea.
I
Yeah,
forgot the name of the
some
game.
I forget too, but it is for charity. This is very important.
So this is in Qatar. They bring all the influencers, all the celebs. They
These
bring a
dudes
bunch
are
of
selling out
former
stadiums,
players. Yeah,
man.
it's a big deal. It's a big deal. But so
It was like Team Chunks versus
The
Philly?
Match for Hope. It's called.
Match for Hope.
There we
Okay,
go.
I mean, we need more of that
Damn,
nowadays.
Soccer Aid, you got 24 hours to respond.
So we have to discuss this because iShowSpeed, and we've spoken about this young man quite a bit on the show. And before we show the clip, and obviously we're talking about the tackle that he put against Kaka. We've interacted with Kaka. We were much kinder than
We passed the ball to him.
We passed
and
the ball.
I
We both
assisted
we
Kaka.
both got 100% pass completion to Kaka. Okay,
Legend.
Okay,
Ballon d'Or.
Speed can't say that. All right,
Nah.
but this is let's watch the clip and then we'll react to it real quick.
Absolutely, he's doing a special job right
Again,
now.
this is a match for charity. Here's Speed coming off his line.
Oh, okay, just a straight up.
Also, Speed been hitting the gym. He kind of got that Adama Traore.
Yeah. No, look, your man swole. He's doing all right.
He's from Cincinnati.
And he puts in just a wild challenge. Studs up into Kaka's ankle, shin. Like, if Kaka's leg is planted there, bro, I don't even want to think about what could have happened. Terrible tackle. And
Can I just say that I guess that this guy has a lot of fans. I think he's very talented at what he does. But it's things like this that I think makes our job a little bit harder as Americans.
it's not a good look for Americans involved in the beautiful game. Yeah, dude, it's a thing where look, I'll say this first.
Was Kaka in on it, maybe?
There's no
No.
way. There's no way.
No. You could tell he looked around like, is this guy serious?
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now?
Like you see Kaka on the ground being like, bro, what did I sign up for? Look, and the fact that he's, Kaka is calmly just like, who is this kid?
I mean, look, it wasn't like a brutal tackle. It wasn't one that's like going to snap his leg. So I'll give him some credit.
If his leg is planted, it's a little bit different.
Yes.
Kaka knows like somebody's coming, so he goes to like instinctively kind of shield the ball, and you see his foot about to go down.
He also has the instinct to draw the foul as well.
Yeah. And but just the fact that he puts in this challenge at all is so, I mean, it's obviously absurd and ridiculous and reckless. And we know that Speed he's not an idiot. I know a lot of people think that he's just a dumb person.
No, he's not. He's
not. He's playing
aware of
character.
what he's doing. And he does it at a very high level. I mean, I'm giving the kid credit.
Yeah, look,
he
he has 15 million followers on Instagram. That's not an accident. I get it. So sometimes, you know, the rest of the world likes to see the buffoonery of the dumb American that likes football and that. So kudos to him for figuring that out and doing that. The character.
We're in no way, shape, or form criticizing him as a talent.
This is what happens. We retweeted this, and this is what I don't like. And this is why I don't just instinctively just send hate to him, because I think what he does is provide some kind of value to people. They're young people.
He's a lid for a pot for 15 million, the size of 15 million people.
I mean, it might be 12-year-olds or whatever, but they like what he does, and he's not gonna stop getting invited to these things because he's too influential.
His outreach is massive. Yeah.
So, but the thing I don't like is that the comments are basically like, look, it's N-word this, N-word that, a lot of racism, a lot of like just calling him stupid, and it's absurd. It goes like way too far. And I guess, look, this is ridiculous because it is a kid on who got popular on Twitch that flashed his genitals and did all this stupid stuff and
lit fireworks in his mom's house
and still gets invited to everything and still like basically, you know, he will never lose access because he's so popular. It's that person versus Kaka, who is a prince. He is one of the World Cup winner.
At one point, the best player in the world.
Exactly. Ballon d'Or winner. Just an absolute legend. And there is
also a like wildly religious guy who doesn't get very upset. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I was just like, he's lucky it was Kaka, because someone else might have gotten up and been like, yo.
Yeah,
like,
if that was Rooney.
Bro, that was Drogba?
Yeah. Oh my God. It'd be like, I show blood would be your name now.
So that's the main thing. It's just that it's who he did this to. It's a terrible challenge regardless, but who he did it to it's just people are just like, you're not even gonna show respect to Kaka. You're gonna do something that might injure him, possibly permanently, in a game that's for charity. That's kind of the main.
For what I think everyone is assessing as a bit, like this was a bit he was doing. He's like, this would be wild and crazy if I ran all the way up and slid tackled someone for no reason from behind.
Yeah, and it's funny because in all these charity games, everybody wants Speed to score so that he does the Ronaldo celebration. And literally, like in this game, Eden Hazard is like setting him up. My God. Eden Hazard is dribbling everywhere, getting around 8 defenders.
Look like Conor Gallagher out
there. Yeah. And then puts the ball right in front of the net to go so he can tap it in, and he like sends it into the 18th row. So that's just the main thing. Look, should he be criticized for doing this challenge? Of course. Do you have to like Speed? No. I do not think so.
Dude, you should be criticized, not racially abused, and that's when.
Yeah, and it's unnecessary.
And now you make us have to side with the kid who just slid tackled Kaka.
And it's not even about siding with it. Look, I think this is stupid. It's a clear look. When I think about how we entered this space and try to figure out like, hey, we know we're clowns, but it's going to be easy for people to dismiss us if we're disrespectful. And that's what this feels like.
So maybe we should have just gone the other way.
It feels like we should have been disrespectful.
If I could go back and talk to those 2 young men in the hall.
So yeah, look, absurd. Look, is anything going to change? No. Speed is way too popular. He's going to get invited to everything. So you could get mad, fine.
Right. I'm sure he was really upset on his private jet home.
But the kid's a millionaire. Yeah. He's doing perfectly fine. So, but yeah, you don't want to see challenges like this in any game at all. Let alone to a goddamn Brazilian legend. So, all right, we'll wrap up there, everybody. Thank you so much again for tuning in. We appreciate it. Shout out everybody listening to the podcast, watching on YouTube, helping us
10K. Thank you for 10K.
We hit that 10K. Thank you.
We did it. We're so close to catching up to speed, bro. With it, just a couple more.
Just if a few more of you just hit that button.
Okay, should we bark like a dog?
Yeah. Well, luckily you didn't realize I'm gonna light fireworks in the studio.
Okay, we're gonna get kicked out of this space just so we get a few more followers. So thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure you subscribe to the Cooligans podcast everywhere, podcast, YouTube, and shout out to everybody watching on DraftKings. And I forgot to show this. We'll end
This beauty.
We'll end the show with this classic football shirts pickup.
That is wavy, bro.
1996, 97.
It looks huge, but you said it's not huge on you.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, it's not like you. It's definitely wide because all the jerseys used to be baggier and stuff like that back then. But it's not long on me.
Yeah.
It's it's not like everybody's wearing baggy stuff now,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah.
We're bringing it back, okay? Bayer Leverkusen 96-97 away kit with the Alka-Seltzer sponsor.
Beautiful.
Dude, lovely kit.
Love those old Adidas shoulders, man. Bring it back.
Shout out to Classic Football Shirts out in Miami, Football Society. It was a dope event overall, so shout out to them. All right, we'll be back on Thursday. Another fun episode in the books. We'll see you then, everybody.
Oh, wait, real quick. The guy who saw me in my car pulling into the parking lot. Yeah, that was me.
Damn, bro.
He was like, are you? And I'm like, sorry.
All right, peace, everybody.
Love you guys.
It's the Cooligans, buddy.